Welcome to DTV. This week I'm joined by Stefan Martin, who will be featuring. And Steph, good to see you, and good to see you back in the side. You've been back last 3 weeks after a pretty tough first half of the year. How have you found your form since returning?
It's been okay. I guess I've been building and just getting used to the pace of the AFL again after playing a bit in the VFLs and on the sidelines. So it's alright. It's something to build on, and not unhappy with it so far.
Yeah. You had 2 games early in the season, but battled some quad and hip injuries and had to find a bit of form in the VFL. Reflecting on that period, how difficult was that?
Yeah, it's been pretty hard first half of the year. I guess not a lot to take from it really. I sort of, as you said, played the 2 games and then missed the rest. So in some ways, I guess it was a bit of a shame and waste of time. But I'm looking forward to the second half of the year, trying to do as best as I can and springboard into next year as well.
Yeah. What did you have to do to sort of get back, get your body right and just get a bit of form?
I think I did all the rehab and worked with the physios, but going back to the VFL was good. Casey's got a great culture down there at the moment, and they're playing some great football, and I guess that sort of helped me gather a bit of momentum to go back into the AFL team.
Yep. And on the weekend, you started forward, kicked the first goal of the match, which was pretty impressive, and had to spend more time in the ruck when Big Russian went down. How did you sort of assess your game, having to play the roles?
I guess it was hard work. I probably haven't been playing as much percentage in the ruck, so even that fitness base I probably didn't have from previous games. But I like playing in the ruck as well as forward. I was sort of happy to go into the ruck when Russian went down. But having said that, I was sort of starting to enjoy playing as a forward. I guess it's nice to kick a couple of early goals, but it was what it was, and we needed to do that. So.
Yeah. How important is the second half of the season for you? I mean, already you've showed some really good form in the last few weeks, but just from your own sort of perspective.
Yeah, I guess with the first few games, I was sort of, questioned a little bit where I was at, and so I really want to have a solid second half of the year, just to have that belief again, and also, I guess, with the mind of keeping in mind next year, and as a team and individually, trying to really have some momentum going into that. Yeah.
Last year, finished 8th in the best and fairest and came on in leaps and bounds, one of the most improved players at the club, and certainly got that acknowledgement in the competition. How do you sort of need to get that form back and I guess build on for next year?
Well, obviously consistency is important, just having an injury-free run. I guess that's probably the main thing. Yeah. Also just learning things each week. Each time you play, you can take things out of it. So the better I am at applying what I learn, then the quicker the improvement will be. Yeah.
It's sometimes difficult being thrown around so much. I mean, you've also spent some time in defence in your career that you can actually play in sort of each zone, but it's just settling. Has that sort of been a tough part?
I think it took some time to get used to that. Now I guess I view the game a bit differently. I'm trying to, or I feel like I've got a better grasp of what a good game of footy looks like, and so even if I get swung around, I sort of have to segment my play in the different lines. So you sort of reset your mindset depending on where you are on the field and go from there.
Yeah. How have you found the transition this year under Mark Neal and the new coaching stuff?
Obviously it's a new game plan, new style. I really like how all the coaches go about it. They're honest and very clear with their direction, so that's been great. They're all great to work with. So hopefully we can build a good group and good culture under these coaches.
Yeah. And just this week, heading up to the Northern Territory, different experience. How have you sort of prepared for that contest?
Last few weeks we've been doing some work in the altitude room. So can't do a heck of a lot of fitness stuff at this time of year, but been doing some bike sessions in there to get us acclimatised to the heat. They've put a heater in there as well, so sort of trying to adapt to the conditions a bit. And other than that, I guess we'll just have to talk about how that alters our tactically our game plan leading into the game.
Yeah. Just finally, what are you hoping to get out of the rest of the season and just looking into 2013?
Ideally I'd probably be in as good form or better than I was last year. So I'd like to put together a number of good games if I can, and really sort of get that confidence back and lead into next year.
Yeah. Well, it's good to see you back. Important part of the side, and look forward to seeing you play the rest of the season, Steve.
Thanks, Perks. Cheers.